Welcome to WWL Plus, where you are streaming us. Happy French Quarter Fest, the kickoff of French Quarter Fest. You can hear the music here behind us. We're in the Spanish Plaza at the Love Louisiana WWL stage. We're having so much fun today. We've had a ton of people already come out, win some great prizes, but we get to be the very first of the interviews here at the brand new Love Louisiana stage. So I want to welcome Zita here.
Thank you so much for having
us. Thanks for joining us. We're
Absolutely.
really excited to have you. Just go around and just introduce yourselves.
Sure. I'm Michael Mullins. I'm the lead singer and trombone player, and I do weird things with the trombone, and I'll leave it at that.
I'm Bradford Lewis. I'm lead and only guitar, I guess, until Michael plinks away at the guitar. Yeah.
Dylan Caluet, I play lead bass, also the loudest guy on stage predominantly.
Nice.
Always.
I'm Kai Melanson. I play drums, and I don't do weird things with my trombone.
It's good to know. Thank you for sharing, even oversharing. We're really excited to have you guys here. I want to start for the first question that I asked you earlier, because the way we got the name is very interesting. I'm always intrigued when we find out how a band decided to choose what they're going to go by, because that's everything, right? That's your logo, it's your brand, it's how people know you, it's your identity. And y'all's is very fun. So who wants to share that story?
So we started off as Next Gen 5 with a Roman numeral.
Okay, wait, you didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, so there was a lot of confusion there because everyone thought we were Next Gen V. And
Okay.
we were looking for a name change, and there was this shop in Mandeville where we were going to high school called Zita's that sold like a bunch of crystals and cool T-shirts and jewelry and stuff
really
like that.
earthy and holistic.
Yeah, we used to
Okay.
go there all the time, and we just decided to name the band after that. We eventually got the blessing, and now Zita herself, the owner of the shop, is like renting one of her houses to me, and we've been writing the record there and doing all that stuff. So yeah.
I love it. Very, very homegrown, very local.
Yeah.
Shotgun roots there.
Full
Yeah.
circle thing, yeah.
I
Shout
love
out
that.
Next Gen V.
Shout out.
Mega shout
That's
out.
the throwback.
Yeah.
That's your throwback Thursday. That's cool. And so how did we all meet? How did you guys get together?
I guess everybody kind of trickled in, but it was, I guess Dylan and I are the oldest original members to the Next
Okay.
Gen 5 sort of family there. But a friend of mine, I went to NOCA for high school, and a friend of mine from there introduced me to Bradford, and he was like, this guy played Master of Puppets by Metallica at lunch today, and it sounded identical to the record. And I was like, I gotta hear it. So
At lunch,
we brought him
okay.
we brought him into
Interesting
jams.
flex.
Dylan's dad met Kai at a restaurant he was working at, actually, and was like, he was like, yeah, I found this drummer from Japan, and I was like, screw it, yeah. And then he blew me away the first time I heard him.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the rest is history.
Next gen quality.
Next Gen quality.
Yeah.
Next
Next Gen Quala V.
There you go. So we have the origin stories. I like the dad joke. It was good. We have the origin stories
going.
here and how you guys met. Your sound is also, we're talking about this homegrown, very local. It's very, very almost like throwback New Orleans, because it has that like deep rock, but also some funk, bluesy. And I would say it's something that a lot of people feel maybe that sound has kind of faded away, and you guys are bringing it back in a really cool way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that. It also helps when you have George Porter as a mentor that's been helping you out for years.
Yeah.
There you go,
I
yeah.
think people like that, we've been in the scene our whole life, like all of us have been in the scene. Kai grew up in Japan, and he's lived there until he was 18, but he was coming here for Jazz Fest every year, doing stuff like that. Like, all of us
That's cool.
were bred in this environment of like you said, George Porter. I grew up down the street from Mike Lemler, his keyboard player, Ivan Neville, the Neville family. Like, they've been very nice to us. Like,
You also have it in your family.
I have it, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's obviously a New Orleans musician himself, and so, and his as well. His are New Orleans musicians as well. So it's like, we took those influences, but we grew up listening to classic rock music, all of us, and so that is like unequivocally the sound, but all of the influences that span our entire lives sort of inform that. And so, and then it culminates in whatever the heck we do, so it's fun.
It's weird too, because like I did a lot of stuff with Donald Harrison and you did NOCA, so we like have jazz
Yeah.
background mixed in too a little bit.
Yeah, that too. Like jazz, funk, blues. I mean, that's kind of where the roots come from. Like, I listened to a lot of Alan Toussaint when I was younger as well. He's like a blues master. Like Dylan, like you said, like doing jazz and funk stuff with a lot of people. And then Kai just being in music his whole life. I mean, that's it. Yeah. So it spans everybody, and yeah, all of our influences, we wear them on our sleeve.
That's really cool. And is this the second year you guys are performing at Jazz or
Yes,
French
yes.
Quarter Fest? Second, okay.
Yes.
So I'm jumping ahead here, different festival. So Yeah, well, I have been up since very early. So you guys are performing a second year. Somebody who we're saying from Japan and then, coming all the way to New Orleans to attend all these different festivals. What does it mean to be able to then be on the stage performing and doing what you love?
Oh, it's definitely an honor and a privilege. Well, my dad is originally from this area, so I wasn't full foreigner to this land.
Military family?
No, actually not. My dad just kind of met a Japanese, my mom in the West Coast actually, and they moved over there. I grew up there, but we would visit here. Every time he would come down, it's usually either jazz season, like festival season, or Saints, like just football season. So just growing up, I was already immersed in this. So just be able to play like French Quarter Fest, it's a great feeling. So.
Yeah, and to come back for year two, obviously like the first year is always like really exciting. It's something new. You get the jitters out, you get the excitement, you get to be on the stage. But year two, everybody always wants to come back and do it bigger and better.
Yes.
And how are you guys going to do it
it's not
this year?
raining this year. We were on Saturday last year.
yeah.
We got rained out. Our tent was flooded ankle
Today
deep.
is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful day. Yeah, and so I mean, last year the other thing was like, it was just very nerve-wracking, I think, because this festival means a lot to us, and like all of us, like this was my first gig ever as a musician.
Wow.
Was French Quarter Fest.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big first gig.
Yeah, it was. I was terrified. I didn't sound very good, but that was my first
love the
gig.
honesty.
Still don't sound very good, but
Nobody
we're working
should
on it.
ever look up my first anchoring reel. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping I don't rip my pants this year.
Yeah, that did happen last year.
That did happen. Yeah.
Wow, last year was eventful.
It was eventful. We didn't
Okay.
think it would be, but.
And so you didn't feel like maybe it was your best ever.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
now you've had a ton of gigs and you've had a ton of practice, and I'm sure you guys now feel way more gelled and ready for this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because if you don't, I'm hyping you up either way right now.
Yeah.
Now you have to go on and do a good
Well,
job.
Hopefully we're gonna sound better and have the right amount of holes in all of our pants.
There you go. How did you rip your pants? Too excited?
It was like this full corduroy purple suit that I had, and it was a little too tight for me to be wearing. And we got off the stage, and I realized that my bright blue underwear was showing from under the purple.
It's rock and roll, baby. It's
Yeah,
okay. We're good.
I was like, I was getting a nice breeze. I was like wondering where it was coming from. You know?
Suddenly it's
Figured
It was
out.
all planned out.
right.
He
was
says it like
definitely
it's an
staged.
accident. He's,
Okay.
that's
It was a
already planned
publicity
out.
stunt.
Okay. Deal. And so are we doing a wardrobe change before you guys hit the stage?
A little bit. I think we're kind of in stage
Little.
clothes.
Mostly there. Like
Mostly, bro.
I'm changing my shirt. They were
Okay.
getting on me earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna change my shirt and then we're good to go. I think.
Because you will sweat to death in that.
I will. Yeah, well, I'll take this jacket
Actually,
off
it's
for
not
sure.
too hot right now, which is nice.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little surprised how cool it turned out to be today. This morning it was freezing. Right now, the sun, when it comes out and the wind kind of stops, it's great. So it's,
Great
it's
day.
festival season.
Yep.
We'll put up with anything, but it's always nice when the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
So what are you guys looking forward to this year, being back on that stage?
Ooh. Well, we have Evan on sound this year.
We had Evan on sound last year.
We did? Oh, I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, last year was quite a doozy. As
A lot
you
of
can
gigs
see.
between
But
now and then.
I think this year we're most looking forward to debuting a lot of the new material we've written for this next album.
Yeah, let's talk about that because it's a 9-track album.
Yeah, well, the first one was this next one. I don't even know.
Oh, you
what
guys
this
have
next one will
a
be.
new one that I'm not even aware of.
We're writing, yeah.
Ah,
We're
we're working
There's
on
a
it
live
now.
record in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
process too.
And there's a live record that we're going to be releasing our first single from on 420. And,
Very cool.
From the Maple Leaf.
From the Maple Leaf, yeah. We're doing a show there.
Wow, so that's right around the corner. Okay.
Yes. And so we'll shout that out on stage today and sort of make some posts on our Instagram and everything. But like, yeah, that's all this stuff all this new material that we've got kind of stockpiled because our last record was 2021 at this
Yeah.
point.
Wow.
So we've been sitting on this stuff for a minute and we've been writing a lot of new stuff very recently as well. So it's like very
Is it
fresh.
collaborative when it comes to writing, or does somebody sort of take lead?
Very,
Yeah.
Someone will bring like an idea or something. It's 9 times out of 10 it doesn't start with a full song written by one person. It'll start with
Yeah.
someone's idea, then we'll bring it into the room, and by the end of it, hopefully we walk out with a song. You know, most of the time we do, but then there's sometimes where it's like we keep adding more and more, and then it ends up being like a 15-minute song or something like that.
Which we do
And
have.
we got to remember it, you know.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And yeah, you put it well.
The one thing we are probably looking forward to this year is last year, because it got rained out, we had a shorter set. So we actually getting to play a full set is going to be very cool.
A 70-minute set, too. It's
Instead
last
of,
year
like-
we did 35.
We did 35, yeah. Half
Wow.
So we could
That's a
double
lot
set.
of time
Yeah.
and so will you have some of that new music today, or are you guys still in the process of putting that together?
Oh, we
a
definitely
little bit
have
of
some of
everything,
it.
A little bit, okay.
It's a mixture. I think we got 2 or 3 brand new ones that, that aren't released anywhere. And then some old stuff, and then we have some cool covers planned as well. Some blues stuff, some classic rock stuff, so it'll be cool.
That's awesome.
I'm
Are you
most
guys
excited.
looking forward to checking anybody else out for French Quarter Fest?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna walk around. Yeah, Rebirth's playing after us, so that'll be a fun one to catch.
Ivan's playing. I want to check him out.
Bonner
Then
Mama's
we're gonna go.
after us too,
We're
right?
gonna go check Michael out with his pops band.
Yeah. I'll be over at Abita stage with Bonoram at 4:50 right after we finish, so
Okay.
sprint that way.
So you got to run from one to the
Yep.
other. Okay. And when it comes to anybody who's trying to connect with you guys or check you out, I know you have another performance tonight too. And so you can shout that out, and then also just how people, if they want to check out some more of your music or connect with you guys, what's the best way to do that?
Well, everything is stockpiled on zitaband.com.
About to say.
But you can find us. Our
Zitaband.
most active is probably Instagram, which is zita.band. Yeah.
So Zita, if you look up Zita Band New Orleans online, you'll find us. And like you said, the landing page for all our show dates is the website. You'll see it on the front page. Tonight at 8 p.m. is the door time. Doors open at 8 p.m. at Santos Bar on Decatur. That is going to be the after show, the after party for French Quarter Fest tonight. We're going to be doing 2 sets there, and we're going to be going pretty late. We'll see. We'll be going until we feel like falling over.
Go until we drop.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
taking the time, because I
Thanks,
know
super appreciate
you
it.
guys got to get running in a
Yeah, we
minute.
do got to get running. I don't even know.
Go on and check the time now. I got
Yes.
you.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
we're
you
good.
got a little
All right.
time, but I know you guys are getting ready to hit the stage. If you guys want to check them out, as they mentioned, check them out on Instagram and come by WWL in the morning show. We'll have you guys anytime. Wake all of our viewers up. But it was great having you guys in today.
thank
Break a
you.
leg. This year's
Thank
going to
you.
be even better than next year, pant ripping and all.
Hell